So the Weeknd has dropped his very highly what's the word? Expected or anticipated album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, with a little surprise cover. I thought the cover was like, okay, you're probably not looking at it now, but the second image you see is what I thought the cover was going to be. And honestly, I like this cover better than the last one. Anyway, that has nothing to do with it. This album is one of those ones that I'm probably going to spend about 10 minutes absolutely gushing about it, because this is an amazing album in my opinion. This is a really good project to me. The lows aren't even really low. They're just not as high as the extremely high highs on this project. Transitions are peak. There's so many, the whole album very seamlessly fits together, and a lot of the lyrical content, a lot of the themes of this album fit together very well with this whole trilogy thing that he's doing with After Hours and Dawn FM. It follows that up really nice, and I absolutely love how the end of this album actually goes into the beginning of House of Balloons. I think that's an amazing creative choice, and also kind of scares me because this will probably be, at least for a while anyway, The Weeknd has been kind of making people believe, or making us believe, that this will probably be his last album for at least a significant amount of time, unless he's been bullcrapping, and unless it's just he goes in a completely new direction musically. This will probably be his last album, at least under the name The Weeknd, under this persona that he is. Honestly, because if he doesn't, I feel like it doesn't really affect the album too much, but it definitely affects the way it fits in his discography, the kind of climactic feeling that this album has. This album feels like a movie, or at least the ending to a movie. Real quick, I'll talk about the other two albums. I love After Hours. I really, really love After Hours, actually. It's been about 6 months since I, fully sat down and listened to the whole thing. But whenever I did, it was amazing. I've listened to it 2 or 3 times before then. It has so many good songs in it. Dawn FM, I don't think is as good, but I do really like that project still. And this one, I think, is better than Dawn FM. Is it better than After Hours? I don't know. I'm going to have to re-listen to it. I'm probably have to re-listen to After Hours. But this is a really good album. Like I said, the transitions are really good. I love the hidden features. I think that's an amazing choice. I know people kind of knew this was going to happen because he took off the Playboy Cardi and Anita feature off of those 2 songs. And Timeless, I'm going to get to that in a minute, actually. Never mind. But we kind of knew it was coming. I'm not going to spoil them until closer to the end of the video. So if you don't want to get the feature spoiled and you're watching this and you ain't listened to it yet, please keep going, because I do think they are definitely best when they are hidden. I was very fortunate. I listened to this right at midnight. I didn't look at Twitter. I had heard that there might have been hidden features and I didn't want to see them. And I heard them for the first time. I was like, this is great. Amazing. One of them, specifically, the second one, that you don't know about, is an amazing feature. Very, very good verse. 2 verses. Oh, no, it's 1. Never mind. Anyway, great singing. The Weeknd, this is a point that I feel like I didn't even have to say. His singing's so angelic. It's so heavenly. He's an angel. He has an angel's voice. He's probably the biggest presence on every single song, no matter how loud or complex the production is. The biggest presence is always The Weeknd and his voice. Definitely, if you don't think anything about the song is good, you will definitely think The Weeknd is at least singing his tail off. Every song sounds so well made, so sonically sound. That's a compliment that I gave Tyler, the Creator's Chromacopia, was that every song feels very, meticulously made. This is another case of that, where it feels like every single detail was took into consideration, and everything is perfectly placed, every instrument, every sound. One of the albums that you can just sit and just gush about, like I said it for a minute ago, there's not much you can say wrong about it. Timeless is a good song, but definitely could have been better. I wanted to make a whole video about that. I just didn't get to it. I don't know. I just think the song could have been better. It is definitely catchy and it's good background music, honestly. I feel like that, I mean that in a good way. Usually I say that as an insult, but I mean that in a good way. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the features. So if you don't want them spoiled, click off. Anyway, Travis Scott is a great feature on the Laughing song. The only problem with that song is I feel like that little middle part with that girl singing on the phone or talking on the phone call definitely should have been cut down. I don't really like when that happens. Because I was vibing and then all I have to listen to is this hoe just talking on the phone. Like, I don't want to listen to that. Anyway, but whenever it comes back to Travis's verse, I do like it. The Future feature is amazing. They make a classic together. It's not as good of a song as Low Life, but, that's a little unfair. Anyway, Cry to Me is an amazing song. Definitely one of my highlights. Burning Baptized song? That one's amazing. What's another really, really good one? I did have the track list pulled up, and then I put it down because I started watching a YouTube video. But anyway, 22 songs. They make it sound, The Weeknd, this project definitely feels long, but long in a good way. Like, it's a long experience. It's like an hour and a half. It's 22 of these bad boys. But it's in a very good way. Like, the album does not sound like it's 22 songs. There's a couple interludes in there that all kind of make it, like, all tie together. I love the themes of how, like, he feels lonely now. Like, he's kind of realizing the position he's put himself in. He doesn't have anybody, and, like, death is imminent. I love that. Definitely, like, closer to the second half of this project, a lot of the songs just really make you think at the end of it. And I honestly don't even want to say much because I feel like this is an album that everyone needs to be listening to right now. Like, I love it. Overall, I give it a 10 out of 10. I really didn't have that many problems with it. I don't really know how you could. I don't really see any problems with it. I know I see some people that say he needs to move on, or he needed to move on from that 1950s ice rink music, which is such a good comparison to call it, by the way. I don't really get those kinds of vibes. And if I do, like, I get that you want a new sound, but, like, The Weeknd is doing so good at this sound, why would you want him to change it? Honestly, that's kind of another one of those cases, like, why, like, if it's broke, don't fix it. I do get it, though, and it is kind of nice to hear that. I'm not saying that's the only sound on this project. There is one song or two that does kind of sound like that vibe, that After Hours vibe, that, to be fair, he did kind of start, like, latching on to a little bit, especially, like, around that, like, the Idol period. He was definitely making a bunch of songs like that. But I can't really complain about it because I like it. Like, I really like it, so it's not really a downgrade for me. But, like I said, this album is it's a 10 out of 10. I really love it. I love The Weeknd singing. I love how it's made. It feels like a movie, And if this is the last Weeknd project that we get, at least under this persona, it's amazing. It makes me. I haven't listened to all the Weeknd projects. I've listened to these last three. I've listened to. Is it Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Is it that? No, I just named a Kanye album. I'm an idiot. No, what is it? The Beauty Behind the Madness, maybe? Is that the name of it? Something like that. With his face on it. It's got Often and oh my god, it has the song with Ed Sheeran on it too. That album is amazing. I don't know why I'm blanking. I've listened to that, and I've listened to Starboy, and I've listened to a couple projects off of, like, his second album. But, couple songs. I want to do, like, a video where I'm ranking, like, his whole discography. I need to do that. But, anyway, 10 out of 10, you need to go listen to it. If you made it to the end of the video and you want to show some more support, you can join the Patreon for as little as $1.50 a month, and you may have got to see this video early. I don't really know if I'll upload anything before it. I probably won't, so never mind. You wouldn't have seen this early. But you will see some other stuff early. I'm going to review, like, the new Snoop Dogg album and ESTG album. You'll see those early, if you go join it. And you'll see a NBA Youngboy video early, if you want to. Obviously, though, hit the subscribe button and everything, and like and comment and everything. I love y'all, and I hope you're having a great day. Go listen to this album. It's really good.